Hello and welcome back. Today we have a nice little relaxing stretching session. We're just gonna sit down relaxed and work together on basically our entire body. So just lean back and enjoy yourself. We're gonna extend both our legs. We're gonna start with pulling one in and extending. So we have some hip flexion and some extension. We're gonna do this just a handful of times. There you go. Right side, extend. Left side, extend. And we have some knee mobility as well as hip mobility included. And if you want to, you can even pull your toes in. So we have a little stretch in our gastrocnemius soleus and a little bit in our hamstring insertions, the middle ones in our knees if we are not stretchy enough. So we're gonna add an additional movement extending upwards for more stretch in our biceps femoris, and then repeat the whole process on the other side. Extend, pull in, extend, and move to the other one. Now we're still taking it really easy here. Don't have to rush. If I'm working too quickly for you, you can just slow down a little bit. Doesn't really matter. And it's time to cross over. Depending on your mobility, you can start here and move all the way up, because all we're gonna do is just push our knee towards the ground, get a nice little stretch in our glutes, especially the medius and minimus. Push down and into the other direction. If you do have the mobility, you can move down on the other side as well and reverse. There you go. Knee to the left and knee to the right. 3 more times. There you go. First repetition. And we're working really dynamically, so if you want to, you can just do some static stretches. Hold it for 30 seconds on one side and then on the other side, but we will be working dynamically for now. There you go. Rep number 3. And now we need to repeat this whole thing on the other side. Pull your leg in. We're gonna push down on one side and down on the other side. Now, my meniscus is still torn, so I have to be very careful with my range of motion. I'm only gonna take it as far as I can without feeling too much pain. But for you, you can go as far as possible or as far as you're comfortable with. So 3 more repetitions on the right leg. Number 1, pull in to the other side, work dynamically, or if you want to work statically, as I said, 30 seconds for each side. And there you go, 3rd and final repetition. Push down, extend, bring your hands back here, and now we're going to require just the tiniest bit of core strength to raise both legs. There you go. From here we're going to fold forward, sit up again, lean back, pull in, extend, put down, fold forward, sit back, pull in. We've got 2 more repetitions to do together. Lean back, pull in, extend, and going for our final rep, pull in, extend, put down, and forward fold for a nice stretch in our hamstrings. And if you pull in your toes, you're going to include your lower legs, your gastric soleus, Achilles tendon, and even your feet musculature if you want to, by pulling your toes in closer. Moving on to the next really relaxed exercise here. We're gonna bring both our feet together, hold them for a butterfly stretch, and depending once again on your range of motion, your feet might be front here, your feet might be closer here, or you might be staggered because one leg is more limber than the other, or like myself, you have an injury and you need to be careful with one side. Hold both feet, extend your back, and we're gonna work dynamically once again. Opening up the tiniest bit and pressing towards the ground for 10 more seconds. And 3, 2, 1. All right, time to open up and include a little bit more of our upper body. So both legs extended. We're gonna do some upper body rotations, basically for our lumbar spine. The lower part of our back turning to the left, switch, turn to the right, and to the left. And we're using our arm to press against the leg to go a little bit deeper into a rotation on each side. So we're going to repeat this 3 more times. Right direction, left direction, right direction, left direction. And for the final rotation, we're going to have an additional bonus exercise. We're going to hold it here. We're going to breathe very deeply into our stomach, expanding all the way, and then pushing all the air out. Vacuum, and do the same thing on the other side. Extend, push out, vacuum, and back to the middle. Now shake it out just for a couple of seconds, because this is going to get a little bit more intense now. We're going to change starting positions into a deep squat. Now, if you cannot deep squat, then you might try doing these exercises here, or if you can deep squat, but your heels are raising because you lack the mobility in your Achilles tendon or in the lower parts of your legs, over time your range of motion is going to increase. But for now, we're going to do some internal and external rotation combinations in our leg, and we're going to add as much of our upper body as possible by going into even more of a rotation and bringing our head down. So now we have lumbar rotation, thoracic rotation, and even in our neck, if we look to the other side, like so. And now we're going to repeat this whole process by sitting up on one side, the other side, internal, external, full spinal rotation. There you go. Bring your head to the ground and move up. You're going to require a lot of core strength to sit up from this position. If you can't, you might as well use your arms to help you up, and I'm going to show you how. Go into the full rotation here, and then you can hold on to the ground and switch like so. If you do not require your hands, you can use your core to the right side, internal, external, and full rotation in our spine. Repeat for the other side. There you go. All the way, complete rotation, head to the ground. We're going to do 1 more repetition to either side. Once to the right, and once to the left. And we have it. Now back here, hands behind our head. Now we're going to have a lot of core inclusion, and we're going to have a nice little stretch in our hip flexors, abdominals, chest, and even shoulders, depending on the level you're going to join me in. So I'm just going to turn sideways for this exercise for level number 1. Hands behind our head, so we have a little bit more core engagement. Level number 1, knees almost to the ground and back into the deep squat. Level number 2, knees to the ground, push forward, a short little stretch in our hip flexors, and reverse. Level number 3, knees to the ground, push forward and lean back all the way, sit up and reverse. And now we need to sit down on our feet because we're going to move back to level number 4, push up here. We're going to hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and move up to level number 5, up here. 3, 2, 1. Bring your hands below your head and push up. Just so you can bring your head down for 3, 2, 1. And if you're doing everything correctly, you should feel a little bit of a stretch, starting at your quads, moving all the way up, hip flexors, abdominals, chest, and shoulders if we open sideways. And now we're going to reverse the whole process, move forward, and relax our back just the tiniest bit for 3, 2, and 1. Sit up, and we're gonna do some very, very relaxed shoulder stretches, pulling in for 3, 2, 1. Behind our head, grab your elbow and push down for 3, 2, 1. And we want to repeat the whole thing on the other side. 3, 2, 1. And behind the head. I hope you can still hear me. And extend both hands on the ground. And we're going to work our shoulders, moving backwards, forwards into, I don't know what you call this in English, Vierfußstand in German. Basically, you're standing on all 4. We're going to go into abduction, adduction, sitting back, raising our knees and pushing our chest towards the ground. Knees down, adduction, abduction, sit back and push. 3 more repetitions. There we go. And back. Knees down. Pull your shoulder blades together. Extend them. And back. And final repetition. Pulling in, extending, and sitting back for 3, 2, and 1. You can bring your knees down, sit down all the way, relax for a couple of seconds, and we've basically done it for today. So this is basically it for today's mobility routine. I hope this was somewhat helpful. If you liked the video, like the video and subscribe, and I'll see y'all tomorrow because we have new videos every single day on this channel. Captain Cairo, peace out.